Hello, my name is David Broughton. I'm the Director of Library Services. And this is a video on how to go about finding company data. So we're going to make a company list during this video. My contact information is on the screen, so if you'd like to jot down my email or something like that, you're more than welcome to send me a note if we need to do some work together. I'd be happy to do that with you. Today we're going to be using the library website. So to get to the library website, and I will use this whether I'm on campus or off campus, I can just start with Google and go in and take a look for HBU Library. It's quick, it's easy, and there it is. Welcome to HBU Library. So I can just click on the link and I'm all set to go. A couple things to notice while I'm here. First is on the right-hand side, there's the chat box. So the chat box will be up and open and ready for your questions whenever we're staffed at the library, and we're during the summer open from 8 in the morning until about midnight. Until about 10 or 11 midnight during the middle of the summer. And then during the regular school year, we're 24 hours with extended hours on the weekend. So the one thing to keep in mind is use the chat box. It's not a bot and so forth. And then also you can schedule an appointment with the library if you would like to. The research guides are down the screen to the left. Click on the link, put in your topic, and we're going to have a guide that's going to be able to help you. There's the ones on marketing, business, there's stuff on biology, how to cite sources, and that kind of content. Just going to use one database, okay? So this should be pretty easy to do. So I'm going to go in and use something that's called Data Axle. And it used to be called Reference USA, but I'm going to go in and create a company list, okay? So let's go and play with this for a few minutes. So I'm going to use databases A to Z right here. There's a link to it up here as well. Just choose the one I like. And then, like I say, it's called Data Axle now. And if you just type in Data Axle, you can do that. You can also go in and just type in, and this is a little bit quicker to do. You can just go in and type in USA. That's what I think I'll do here. So Reference USA, Data Axle, and so forth, sitting right here. I'm going to click into this. So this is the most extraordinary resource. So what it does is it collects all of the information about companies in the United States. And I'm not talking about just the companies like Boeing Aircraft or Caterpillar or Google or whatever. I'm talking about everybody. So the little tiny companies that are just down the street, the donut shop, the coffee shop, churches, schools, and they're all in here. So it's an extraordinary list to go in and play with. So if I wanted to go in and just get a list of churches in my area, I could do that. If I wanted to go and get a list of accountants in my area, I could do that. Dental practices, medical practices, just on and on and on. It's really quite extraordinary to go and play with. Anyway, we're going to get started with that. I want you to notice, though, on the screen, the other thing that's actually here is I can go in and do a search for U.S. jobs and internships. And to do this, I simply pick the zip code from my area, put in, say, marketing, and then I can see if there's any other internships or jobs open in that area. And then it takes me back to the company report, where I can learn a little bit more about the company I'm talking about. Healthcare is here, consumer lifestyles, play with that sometimes, it's quite fun. But for today, because we just have a few minutes, that actually we want to use this one in the corner called U.S. businesses. So U.S. businesses, here I am. And I'm going to do a search so you can see what it looks like. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do another search where I can go in and see a lot of different companies of the same type. Okay? So on the first video that we did in this program, I went in and did a search for Boeing. And the thing that happens when I do this is you'll please notice on the screen that I'm not only seeing Boeing, but I'm also seeing all the little pieces of Boeing where they manufacture the airplanes. Where they do the engineering work for the airplanes, because it's all over the country, right? This is a big company. And you'll notice on the side over here, anytime I want to, there's a tree for the corporation showing me all the pieces, or in this case, if I want to keep it simple, I can simply use the up arrow key. When I click on the up arrow key, it takes me up to the top of the corporate level. So this is Boeing, but this is the Boeing Corporation. This is where the president, the CEO, and the CFO, and human resources, and so forth. So this is the thing I'm interested in. If I want to ask them for a job, this is the part of the company that's going to know about that stuff. But again, I can go in and hit the corporate tree and look at the company, or I can drop down the arrow key and see all the different parts of the company, whatever actually does the best for me. So there's all of the Boeing pieces. There's about 94 of these. If you want to see an interesting one, go in and try Berkshire Hathaway, and you can see all the pieces of that incredible corporation. And then the other one is fun to go in and look at. It's something like McDonald's or Wendy's. And you can see there's like 12,000 McDonald's in the United States. Anyway, enough of that. Okay. So here's my company name. Here's the company information. I click on Boeing. When I pop into this is, remember, at the corporate level. So I'm going to get a lot of information here. And it tells me all the different things that you can see here. It also has ZipRecruiter in here. And with ZipRecruiter, you can go in and see the different jobs that are actually open in that company. If I click more jobs, it just takes me up and I can see more information that talks about jobs within Boeing. A little bit further down is this thing. Now, we talked about this in the first video, and these are the North American Industry Classification Codes. So 336-41103 is aircraft manufacturing. But if I look down a little bit further, I can also see for marketing consulting firms, search and detection, aircraft parts, and so forth. So there's going to be one of these NAICS codes, one of these industry codes for every industry, okay? So I'm just going to jot down that code at 336-411 because I want to make certain that I remember that when I go and start taking a look at my industry information where I'll get to see all the different companies within that specific area, okay? Everybody good? A little bit further down, description of the company, how many employees they have, how big it is, and then all the people in the company. So if you'd like to, and if you find someone on here, of course, you can go to LinkedIn, you can a connection to them and so forth. You can also look for people in human resources in case you'd like to, but there's going to be lots and lots of them on here because Boeing is a big, big company. Okay, so let's go and make a company list. So I did aircraft manufacturers. I'd like to see other aircraft manufacturers. So I'm going to go and do a new search up here at the very top. I'm going to go to a new search. So this is where I just went in and looked for a company. I can do executives if I want to. You could put Gouvain's name in here. I'll actually search him. Icahn University will pop up along with a couple other companies. But for now, I'm going to do an advanced search because I want to make a company list. So when I click on the advanced search, it takes me to this next screen. What I can do is I can go in and see all the different companies and all the companies that it's going to let me search. I'm only going to make two choices here and make my company list. So let's do it. Over here, I'm going to do that North American Industry Classification System. So I can go in and search all of the NAICS codes. And the NAICS codes are those number codes I was just showing. So let's go in and try one. We're going to do aircraft manufacturing. So I'm going to actually do 336-411. And there it is, aircraft manufacturers. I choose that, and it drops it into the selected area. I go up here and I update my count, and I have 1,066 companies that are in aircraft manufacturing. Now, if you'll remember, we saw a bunch of companies out there when we went in and just looked up Boeing, okay? So there are lots of pieces to the company. So what I would like to be able to see is the headquarters. Now, guys, if this is looking a little deep as we're doing it, keep in mind, these are the only two things that I really have to consider. Is I want to take a look at headquarters, and I'm going to do subsidiaries as well. A subsidiary is a part of another company, but it could be a company unto itself. So, for instance, Boeing could buy a company that manufactures aircraft engines, and that would be a part of Boeing, but it would still be a company unto itself. That's a subsidiary. I go up here and update my count, and I ended up with 37 companies that are headquartered as subsidiaries that make aircraft. So the manufacturer parts. So I'm going to view my results. This looks great. So here's my list. I'm going to alphabetize it by company name because that makes sense to me. And if you notice, when I go up and down the screen, there's Boeing, there's Airbus helicopters, there's Airbus military stuff, there's General Dynamics and so forth, right? Here is Honda Jet Aircraft, which is over in Greensboro, North Carolina. Lockheed Martin. My point is, I'm seeing this stuff I should see. So I want to keep this list. I want to go work for an aircraft company. And here's all of them headquartered in the United States in one place. Let's snag this list. So I'm going to click here. It marks all of those. Going to go to the next screen. I'm going to click here. Marks all of those. And then I can download them if I'd like to. Please notice, if you have time, go in and play with the heat map. You can see where all the companies are located. Right? You can do charts. You can do all this cool stuff in here. Anyway, right now I'd like to go in and download the list. Okay, so comment delimited is how it's going to do it. Comment delimited will be read by most computers. But computers really want to do Excel, please do Excel. It's fine. It'll eventually be in Excel on your computer anyway, right? And if you like, you can do a summary or you can do detail. Detail gives you all the data that's in each of those records for each of those companies. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, but I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go in and download my records. Okay, I'm on a PC, so I went into my download file. It's sitting up here in the corner. I'm going to go in and open that up. And I can go in and actually see my Excel file. So guys, I want to see this a little cleaner. This is a lot of stuff because it's a bunch of companies. So I'm going to go into the corner. That highlights everything. I'm going to double click between the column. It justifies my columns. I'm going to go around my first column and turn it all in bold so I'll be able to read it. And then I can go in and see I've got all this data about this industry. There's the names of all these companies, their web address, where they're located, what they do, and what they manufacture. It goes on and on and on. Because how many people are in each of the companies, I can do a market data report out of this. Whatever I would like to do, it's just a ton of content. But for now, I can just hold on to it and save it. So this is a sheet in an Excel file, and I can add as many to this as I want to. But for now, I'm going to go down here and double click. I'm going to call this one aircraft. And I'm off to the races. Okay, very good. All right, so I'm going to minimize that so you don't have to see it anymore. So that's this download file and so forth that I was looking at. I'm going to go back. There's my list. I'm going to click on revise my search. And I want you to notice that this is the same thing that I just set up. And now I can go in and do something different. I can get rid of aircraft manufacturing and I can do pharmacy. Right? So maybe I'd like to, oops, sorry about that. I can go in and do pharmacy, like pharmaceutical consultants or pharmaceutical machinery or pharmaceutical preparations or sellers of pharmaceuticals. And everything's all set up. So I've got my headquarters, subsidiaries. All I have to do is choose a different industry. And then I can come up with another, right? I can come up with another group of companies. I'm going to get rid of the subsidiaries, update my account, get a little bit smaller. That's still pretty large. Now I might have to go in and actually decide if I want to keep all of that or not. Okay, so another one that I could go in and take a look at. So let's clear that off. And you can do just anything you'd like here. So you can type in a name to get you started in it, or you can go back and get a number or something that you would like to. Let's go in and do insurance companies just for a minute. Sorry, and here are all the different types of insurance adjusters and annuities, insurance appraisers. It goes on and on and on. Insurance carriers and home insurance, mining insurance, insurance on hurricanes. Anyway, I can just go in and see that. And then whenever I want, I can just go in and update my account. And I'm getting large numbers of hits for this. So I'm going to make a little change. I want you to see it real quick. I'm going to do primary and then update my account. And when I do that, what it does is it narrows the focus down. So I get a smaller number of actual companies to go in and take a look at. And then I could limit this by number of employees, by sale, or whatever it is I would like to take a look at. But anytime I'm ready, I can go in and click on view my results and actually be able to see the companies that I pulled with this list. I've really got a good look. I don't know about you, but I've got to see golf insurance real quick. Let's see. Yeah, but there's not any companies that do golf insurance or anything. Anyway, it's a way to be able to go in and collect companies and find out that information. So reviewing real quick, we choose search all NAICS codes or primary ones. That's off this little keyword, NAICS code on the side. Then we went in and actually chose headquarters or branch. And I could also do sales volume if I wanted to look at just certain size companies, like very, very large companies. And that really helps with my searches and so forth when I go in and do that. I don't have anything else chosen up here. Golf insurance was a good choice. It's going up there. Right. So there we go. Now I'm down to about 90 companies. I'm just going to do over $1 billion in sales. There you go. So now I've got about 79 companies I can go in and view my results whenever I would like to. We all know insurance companies, so let's see if we can recognize some of this. Yeah, there's the Cigna Group. Right. Go in and see lots of different companies where I know the name. There's Hartford, Aon, yeah. Right. Anyway, it goes on and on and on. But anytime I want, I can simply go up here, highlight these, do my download, and then I'll have another list that I can build on. I hope that you've enjoyed this one. This is dense information, but let me show you how we got there again real quick. Went to the library homepage. I did databases A to Z. I typed in USA, It's the quickest way. I clicked on Reference USA, and I can make as many business lists as I would like to. You've been a great audience. Thank you so much. We'll be doing some more of these, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So